So usually when people find out that I'm 38 and I don't have kids by choice, I get one of two reactions. The first one I would say is probably a more positive reaction. People saying things like, oh my gosh, I bet you save a lot of money and you get to sleep in, and what's that like? And then you get the other side of people saying like, oh, well, do you have how do you find purpose in life? And who's going to take care of you when you get old? And do I save money because I don't have kids? Probably. Although I do have other things like a camper. I take vacations whenever we want for the most part. Do I sleep in? Ideally I could on the days that I'm not working my full-time job. But I'm so used to waking up early that honestly the latest I ever sleep is 7 a.m. Now let's address the other side of it. Do I have purpose in life? Well, yeah, I would say so. Who's going to take care of me when I get old? Well, Karen. Just because you have children doesn't mean that they're going to outlive you, and it also doesn't mean that they're going to stick around to take care of you. So for me to assume that having kids would help me have somebody take care of me when I'm old, no, I don't think like that. For all I know, I could have a kid and they'd move away and, start a life somewhere else, and I wouldn't want to stop them from living their life, and I definitely wouldn't expect them to take care of me when I get old. So how do I find purpose in life? Well, like I said, I do have hobbies. On the weekend, I do content creation. I love to read. I just started doing some diamond art. I would love to learn to sew on a sewing machine. That was my goal for this year, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do it. Again, I see my parents on the weekend. I love spending time with my parents. I have my dog who gives me a lot of love and joy. I have my relationship with God that gives me a lot of love and joy. Does my life look different than somebody with kids? Obviously, yes, but I still have purpose. I still have responsibilities. I have a house to clean just like everyone else. And like I said, I have a dog that takes up a lot of my time. I pretty much knew at a young age that I didn't want kids. So I've just always stuck with it. It's never felt right to me. And that's not to say that I don't like kids. I have I don't know even how many I have now, 12, 13 nieces and nephews. I don't know, I have a ton. So I've been around kids. There's no mystery to me. I enjoy my nieces and nephews. I love them very much. And if kids are well behaved, I don't mind being around them. I don't have a lot of patience, so I don't do well with kids that are too crazy or not listening. That's hard for me. Yeah, I knew at a young age that I just didn't want that kind of responsibility. And it just never seemed right for me.
She's 38 and with no kids. That's not a big deal, is it? I mean, I think it's a whole sort of society's attitude to it, which is, if you don't have a kid by the age of, I don't know, 30 at least, then, there's something wrong with you, which I don't stand by that statement at all. I think that you can do what you want at the end of the day. If it makes you happy having, being 38 with no kids, go for it. It's your life at the end of the day. And, who are we to tell her to, that what she's doing is wrong, she should be having kids by now, or she's too old, or she's not fulfilling her life as much because she doesn't have kids. That's wrong. It's all wrong, to be honest. I don't agree with those kind of with that way of thinking.